This is Hidden Killers Week in Review.
A look back at the most prolific stories of the week.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski.
Featuring defense attorney, Hidden Killers daily contributor, and host of the Defense Diaries podcast, Bob Motta.
Richard Allen's trial getting closer and closer. We'll see if it takes place or if there's some sort of continuance. Who knows at this point? Anything is possible. Joining me to discuss, Bob Motta, defense attorney, host of the podcast Defense Diaries. The motion to suppress is the big thing right now. Allen's attorneys filing that motion to suppress the recorded police interrogation where basically he confesses. However, it's a very edited police interrogation or missing pieces of it. I'm going to say edited because that just seems to be what they like to do there in Delphi, is take little pieces here and there and only have this piece or that. Where do you think this is going to go? Is this going to be successful for them? Are they going to be able to suppress this considering how edited it seems? Or what's your thoughts on where this is going? Because that seems to be, I think, probably one of their, key pieces of evidence, I'm guessing, going to trial.
Yeah, so they filed a couple of motions to suppress. The first ones were relating to what you're talking about, which was the interrogation of Allen. And they've also filed one wherein they're trying to suppress like certain confessions that were made to like correctional officers and inmates. So they're two separate motions. I have a feeling that both of them will be denied. I think that they're going to come in terms of the ones made to, because his statements to Jerry Holman, which were the ones during the interrogation, were all denials. Like when I read kind of the inserts of the transcript of that interrogation that was contained in the motion, I'm like, what are they trying to suppress? I mean, Allen was very adamant that he didn't do it, that he wasn't the guy, that he's not going to be a patsy or a fall guy for somebody on this thing, that it's bullshit. It's not his bullet, that, and it's like, and it's just a back and forth between somebody who's accusing him of being a killer and him denying it completely. So there, I don't know exactly what they were trying to suppress. I have a feeling that it may have been the defense wanted that getting out to the public so the public could see that from the moment that Rick Allen was taken into custody, that he was absolutely denying any involvement with this adamantly, which he is in those little excerpts. When you switch over and you're talking about the statements to, these COs and these inmates that they had watching him, which is something that they do. They call them companions, inmate companions that are assigned to watch people that are on suicide watch. They stand outside. However, these particular inmates were all armed with pads of paper and pens to take notes, which is unusual. So they're writing down everything Allen's saying. Clearly, they're trying to work him. So, the argument there is that he's being kept in, solitary 23 hours a day, that he's eating his own feces, that he's completely in a psychotic state at that point. And then he's making these rambling confessions, some of which we saw, and that they were things that don't add up to what we know that the crime scene is, talking about how he shot one of the girls in the back and how he sexually assaulted one of the girls. And we know that those things are not factually accurate. So in terms of like those things coming in, I don't know that they damaged the defense at all anyway. I mean, that's what, if you're the defense, your greatest hope is that you're able to establish, look, like my guy was out of his mind with psychosis at the time. And, they were coercing him and suggesting things to him. And, this is what he said, but like none of what he said, fits the facts of the case.
Yeah.
And like in his mindset, he's not going to be in a position to be able to like cleverly think 3 steps ahead and say, oh, well, I'm going to come up with incorrect, factual scenarios as to what really happened at the crime scene. So it makes it look like I'm not really, confessing to anything. Like I think that those are helpful, frankly. So again, from both the state and the defense side of cases, not just Delphi, but like every case, I mean, there's a massive game of chess that's being played. And in terms of getting things out to the public so that it gets reported to the press, so it then theoretically can make it to the jury pool in order to try to kind of soften blows of things that may be out there. And like everyone's been talking about these confessions for a long time. Everyone knows that Alan made some kind of statements to his wife and his mother about being involved in these killings. And this could be because the defense has no illusions that Gull is going to grant either of these motions.
Sure.
So, but it does serve the purpose of, in both instances, showing one that Alan was denying from the moment they started coming at him as the killer with Holman, and he never wavered, and then the second one that these confessions that he makes to these COs don't add up. They're clearly false confessions because they're not in any way, shape, or form accurate as to what we know actually happened during the commission of the crime. So I think that the bigger purpose may have been to just get that out to where hopefully the press is going to be publicizing it, and it gets out there on nightly news, and the good citizens of Allen County may see something about it, and it'll kind of be stuck in their head when they get to jury selection, if any of those folks happen to be selected for the jury.
Sure. I mean, that's a great point, because if his statements don't add up, other than saying I did it and then I did this and then I did that, it's like the argument is going to be, okay, he didn't say any of this at the beginning. It took him to the state of psychosis of being isolated, and in this state that this is where he went to, that he did make those sort of statements.
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.